I've got a demo here for you of egress filtering for GitHub Actions. And what we're doing is running our own self-hosted runners inside of Firecracker micro VMs, so we get a very strong level of isolation. And these are one shot, which means they're removed instantly the moment that the build completes. And it also allows us to do things like filter all of the outgoing traffic for a set of our own rules. And that can be useful for auditing, just read-only auditing, or even for preventing data exfiltration or going some ways towards restricting that in a secure environment. First thing I want to show you is I have a Intel N100 server here. Now this server cost me about £200, maybe a little bit more than that. In the cloud, you can get similar servers with an AMD Ryzen or EPYC chip between 50 and 200 euros per month. It's very, very reasonable. You can also use nested virtualization VMs, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, Azure, etc. to run Firecracker. And what we'll see in this middle part of the screen is we will see our GitHub action running. So I'm kicking it off. As soon as GitHub becomes aware of it, we get a webhook, we get a VM scheduled here. That's what you've just seen. Up top, the code is already executing in the guest, and it is running through all of these steps to download the various workflows and components. Here we've got some apt packages that we're updating. And in a moment, it's going to access something that's in our allow list, which is get.rk.dev. And that's probably not in most of your allow lists. It's a package manager that I maintain. It's an open source one. And we also have objects.githubusercontent.com. That's object storage for the binary stored on GitHub. Everything worked and everything was logged. However, perhaps we have decided that we are not going to allow open source marketplaces. What we'll do is we'll take a look at the code. Okay, so we know that it goes to this domain. We've also verified it through our log. But to go defense in depth, we will probably want to block both of them. So come down to our allowed list, open it up in Vim, and we can just comment out those two lines. We'll restart the filtering, and we can re-trigger this job. In fact, we can re-trigger the same run because we didn't change anything in that run. All we did was reconfigure the server where the micro VMs start. Again, super fast startup. All of these are allowed, they're in our list. But you're about to see the arcade failing. We see the word blocked come up. And then we'll see the arcade just didn't get downloaded successfully. So just after there's app packages. There you go. So we got an error from curl because we basically cut off and rejected that HTTPS connection, and it doesn't understand what happened. So it just gives you an error like this. That's an example of egress filtering. It's pretty simple at the core of it, and the only way that we can do this without having the workflow getting access to the filtering and being able to terminate it or bypass it is by doing it on the host and having the micro VMs run in a secure environment such as Firecracker, and then that gives us an opportunity to filter everything out. If you'd like to see a demo of this, you'd like to learn more about Actuated, feel free to reach out to me at actuated.com and click sign up. Thanks.